Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Silent Core and welcome back to my weekly GTA 5 countdown series. This is episode 66. Last week we had the top 10 Rockstar fails. It was an absolutely awesome week. I definitely recommend watching it if you missed it. But this episode we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 hidden websites in GTA 5. And there's actually quite a few just hilarious Easter eggs and kind of secret websites hidden in GTA 5 that you might never know actually existed. And I also noticed that every website you can visit in GTA 5, Rockstar Games have actually registered the domain in real life, so any of these websites I'm going to be showing you in this video, if you are to, search in Google Chrome or whatever for that website, Rockstar actually owns all of these domains. They'll all take you to their website. So without further ado, let's check out the first website. Up first, we've got fruitcomputers.com, and this one is quite clearly a poke at fun of Apple, and obviously we've got some references to the kind of iPhone and Mac in the GTA 5 universe, and it's just quite a funny website. You can compare different iFruit models, and it says they're all the same. There's also a little Easter egg where you can click the robot picture, and that lets you meet someone called Shelly, who is basically the Siri, and they give some pretty hilarious answers. As you'll see in the gameplay I recorded in-game, you can ask them how to find flowers for your affair, or even good places to dump a body if you accidentally kill someone. So yeah, that's a pretty funny website there, and definitely still a relevant thing. Up next, we're looking at BCtonet, and this is a pretty funny take on kind of crowdfunding websites where basically you pledge money in order to support a certain cause or a certain game, and there's quite a few different crowdfunding websites out there, but I'm pretty sure this one is a reference to Kickstarter, which is probably one of the most well-known ones. So there's quite a few projects on this website you can kind of read here and back, such as someone that wants to get a tattoo, or someone that wants to make edible chocolate for dogs, and this is actually my personal favourite one, and it's a kind of pledge to be able to make a retro game called Space Monkey. So I'm going to read you guys a little bit of what it says, because it's actually very, very true. I know a lot of games companies that do this. So it says, "Me and my company want to remake the classic game Space Monkey and get you to pay for it, and then we'll sell you a copy. We don't own the rights to Space Monkey, so we might call it something else like Space Ape or Monkeys in Space, but it'll be exactly like a good old-fashioned game, only really new, and we'll make all the money." So yeah, it's a pretty funny website right there. It's well worth reading through all of the different sort of causes you can pledge. They're actually quite humorous. If you guys do want to access any of these websites, you just need to type in that URL into your phone or even at a computer in GTA 5 and it will take you to the website. At the number 8 spot is Credit Card Constellation Kings, and this is basically a website that's trying to sort of scam you or con you into taking out a loan with them. It says here, "We won't hassle you with unintelligible phone calls from a third world call center. We'll send an illegal immigrant directly to your house and settle the dispute in person." And at the bottom of the page there's actually a sign up button that you can actually click, and you can actually go through and fill out the whole application for a loan. So you have to fill in a bunch of questions such as your total debt, your social security number, and if you have 2 healthy kidneys or not. So I went ahead and applied for my loan, and it actually said it would be fully paid off by the year 3419. At the number 7 spot is Los Santos Freegans.com, and I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be. What I think it is possibly a reference towards a vegan community. So a freegan is basically someone that kind of lives out of bins or trash cans. So it's definitely a bit of a weird website, this one. You can also click at the side of the page to visit some recipes, and as you'll see I found this recipe of a creamed squirrel and cauliflower dip with a pretty nasty description of the ingredients. So add in some rotten food and a road-killed squirrel whipped up into dinner. Delicious. Up next is myroomonline.net, and this is a bit of an obvious one. This is a bit of a dig at MySpace, and as you'll see it says, "In 2008 we were on top of the world. We were the most trafficked website and the most popular social networking platform in the planet among the teen and teen predator demographic. But now we're the ghost town of the internet, devoid of all human life, with just the occasional spam tumbleweed rolling through." And you notice in the bubbles it says, "What the hell happened? Life Invader happened." And obviously Life Invader is kind of the Facebook of GTA 5. Now I didn't actually realise this when I first filmed the gameplay, but when I looked this one up online, you can actually apparently find profiles on this website. So you can find profiles of kind of emo looking people, or high school kids with low self-esteem, and even actually a paedophile profile on there. I mean, a social media platform wouldn't be the same without a couple of paedophiles, right? At the number 5 spot is jockcranley.com. So this is basically a website for the San Andreas governor, and on here you can take part in a pretty hilarious Patriot Test just to see if you are a true American. and in here it has some pretty ridiculous American stereotypes. And I actually went through and chose some of the most funny, over-the-top answers. As you'll see here, one of the questions are, you see an Indian man on the bus with a backpack sweating. Do you either A, tackle him, do you B, wonder how you failed at life so miserably to take the bus, or C, hug him and offer him your seat? So I'm not sure if there's a few different outcomes from this form. I just chose the most ridiculous answers, and then at the end it actually said I got mostly A's, making me a true American apparently. At the number 4 spot is SixFigureTemps.com, and I'm not sure exactly what this website is supposed to be a reference to exactly, or even if there is a reference for this, but it's basically a courier service where you smuggle drugs without actually knowing you're smuggling drugs. So there's also a survey questionnaire that you can fill out to see if you're suitable for the job, and I believe you have to use specific answers to actually get to the secret mini-game at the end of this. So the answers I've chosen here are yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, yes. So just copy those answers if you want to try out this little mini game. So once you've passed the survey, you've kind of officially joined the team, and they introduce you to one of their clients who has to swallow little bags of drugs in their stomach. Now, I really couldn't seem to pass this part. You basically have to swallow 10 bags of drugs, but whenever I got to like 6 or 7, my body just exploded. So let me know in the comments if any of you guys know how to finish this one, or even if it is actually possible to swallow them all. At the number 3 spot is the internetisahellhole.com, and this is a website for basically teenagers to learn how dangerous the internet can be, some of the do's and don'ts of what you do when you're online. And I guess it's kind of a parody of overprotective parents. It kind of actually reminded me of a film I watched recently called Men, Women and Children, if any of you guys have seen that one. There's some very, very over-the-top protective parents that they monitor everything their kids do online. And this website actually also has a pretty humorous quiz that you can take through, and it takes you through different sort of online scenarios asking for the best options. Now I'll take you guys through a few of the questions here. Now the weird thing about this website is that all of the questions actually somehow relate back to TV. It'll tell you to contact TV stations with your information instead of posting it online. So if you see some kind of viral clip, instead of posting it online, you should take it to a TV station. So I'm not sure what exactly this is referencing. I'm not sure if it's basically just to kind of make relevant to the fact that these days teenagers are actually consuming a lot more online content instead of traditional TV these days. So I'm not sure if this is kind of a way for TV networks to kind of scare kids into becoming, getting off the internet and making TV a bit more relevant. But that's just my take on the website. I guess a lot of these websites are kind of open to interpretation and what you want to get out of them. The number 2 website is psychicshoutout.com, and this was actually a pretty cool find, and it is actually related to what character you're currently playing. So if you're playing as Trevor, Michael or Franklin, you're going to actually get a different answer. So I played this one through as Franklin. And what this website is basically for is for talking to a live psychic. There's also a list at the bottom of the page of the kind of services the psychic provides. A few of these are actually quite humorous, such as a pet psychic, what your dog really thinks when it's humping your leg, or lost wallets, we'll tell you where it's at, or get your money back, or not. So you can head over to the live chat option, and as you'll see, this is the live conversation that I had when I was playing Franklin, and the psychic kind of told me that one of my family members has had a love brewing, and then she later reveals that it was Lamar who's been getting with one of your family members in your bed of all places. So yeah, I'm not sure if that actually happened, or if this is just something that's been made up, or just a little Easter egg that we have there, but I thought this was pretty funny. And it'd actually be pretty interesting in seeing what actually happens when you do this as Michael or Trevor as well. Possibly the Trevor one would be quite funny as well. So moving on to the number 1 website, this was actually my favourite website that I found out of all of these, and it is the DMV website, or the San Andreas DMV.com. And this is where you basically take a driving test in GTA 5. And just to look at the front page for a second, it's kind of a reference to Los Angeles. It says, on average, Los Santos residents spend 7 hours a day sitting in traffic and an hour 6 hours a day complaining about sitting in traffic. And as someone that did live in LA for 6 months last year, I can confirm that a lot of this is pretty accurate. So on this page you'll also see a link at the right hand side, a button that says take the test, and that'll basically take you to another form where you can take your driving test. Now the funny thing about this test is that in order to pass, you have to actually choose all of the worst answers possible. So it'll ask you questions like when you can run lights, and the answer should be when the police are looking, or when you're stopped in traffic, do you send tweets about how bad the traffic is because you're really important, and a lot of those funny, ridiculous answers, those are actually the correct ones that will let you pass this test. And here we go, as you can see, congratulations, I am now ready to drive on the most polluted and congested roads in the USA. Welcome to San Andreas, where the sun always shines, but you'll never get to enjoy it because you're trapped in gridlock. So that was the top 10 hidden and secret websites in Grand Theft Auto 5. Hope you guys maybe found a few that you hadn't already heard of, or found a few new Easter eggs in this episode. I thought they were actually really interesting when I found a bunch of these websites. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what countdown theme you'd like to see for next week's episode. I like to do a new theme each week, so I'll credit you if I use your suggestion. If you guys could take a few seconds, leave the video a like and subscribe for more videos like this one, it would be much appreciated. I do put a lot of time and effort into making these countdown episodes every week as good as possible. So your support really does make this series. So have yourselves an awesome weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Flipping cars, I live the scene. Flipping high shit with the team. You know me, got the antidote. I spit it sick up in Los Santos. Dodging missiles, dodging bullets. Coming at me now, tell me to pull it. I'm a G, DOA, silent core in GTA.